Okay, so let's take a look at all the parts that talk to me from The Promise. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video, because at the end of the video we'll be playing through the whole song alongside a homemade backing track, and you'll see tab scroll across the screen. Okay, so this song's in the key of E major, tempo is about 145 BPM. Let's take a look at the chords first. We've got a classic E chord. So first finger barring the 7th fret of the A string, and then ring finger barring the 9th fret, D, G and B strings. Then we've got a C sharp minor. Now this is technically called C sharp minor over G sharp, but to keep it simple in the song structure, which I'll put up on the screen now, I'm just going to refer to it as a C sharp minor chord. Basically Bruce and Stevie prefer these versions of the chords rather than the 4-bar versions. So your ring finger 11th fret A, pinky 11th fret D, use your first finger to bar the G, B and E strings on the 9th fret. Then you can take that same shape, but now instead of your ring finger being on the 11th fret, it's now going to be on the 4th fret, and that's your F sharp minor chord. Okay, now then move the ring finger and the pinky up to the 7th fret now, put your middle finger on the 6th fret of the G, use your first finger to bar the 5th fret of the B and the E strings, and that is a kind of an A major chord. And move up 2 frets, and we're going to do, that's a B major chord. Cool. So let's take a look at that cool little riff that's going throughout the song. I'm mainly going to be going through the rhythm today, but there's 3 guitar parts that I've tabbed out for this. There's this choppy guitar part, then there's that cool riff, and the main rhythm. So if you do get any tabs, either in PDF format or Guitar Pro format on the online store, so that's jsmusicschool.co.uk, you'll be able to get all 3 files. Okay, so let's take a look at that cool little riff. So nice and choppy, so 6th fret on the D, and you've got this 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1. So you go 6, 4, 6, 4, 6 on the D string, and this is the rhythm. 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, and then on the and of 2 you're going to go 4 on the D, 6, 4 on the D, and then 7 on the A, and then 4 on the D. So 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm going to call that 2-bar riff version 1. So you can see on the song structure there, we'll do that 3 times. So 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Now the 4th time I think there's a slight variation, so you're going to go, start off as usual, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, and then 4 on the D, 7 with your pinky on the A, back to the 4th fret D, 7 on the A, and then 4 on the D. So that last riff, we're going to call that version 2, which you just do once. Cool, and now we've got this awesome sort of almost Motown disco-y type strumming pattern here. It looks a lot harder on the tab, but take your time with it, it sounds really good. So you've got this dotted 8th note followed by 16th, it's 1 E and up, down, up. Okay, so you can get that rhythm, that's, you're halfway there. 1 E and up, 2 and. It's basically a 2-beat pattern through the whole song. Okay, it's just sometimes you might change off the beat. But yeah, you can get used to that 1 E and up 2 and 3 E and up 4 and 1 E and up 2 and 3 E and up 4. Like that. So down, up, mute. So that's muting by releasing the pressure with your left down. Down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, out. So yes, you're going to start, this is the second half of the intro, E major. 2 bars of that. Then on the and of 4, so you're going to go in early with the C sharp minor, up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, up, and then back to E. And C sharp minor. And then we're basically going to the first and the second verses, which are pretty much the same. So you've got E major. Make sure you change the and of 4 and 1. C sharp minor for 2 bars. Back to E. And do these 4 bars again and 1 E and 2. Then A, 1 bar. Sharp minor. A, sharp minor. E. C sharp minor, A, B. Cool, so again, remember that rhythm, really work on that. Really useful strumming pattern there. So that's your first and your second verses. Then the first and the second choruses are pretty much the same. Okay, so you've got E major. B, then changing on off the B. E, 2 bars. B, A for 2 bars. E for 2 bars. A, B. Cool. And then basically the third chorus is the same as those first and second choruses, apart from the last 2 bars you do 3 times. So that A and B you do 3 times. And so yeah, so fairly straightforward there. The main thing is kind of that strumming, really getting the feel for it. But so again, if you've got Guitar Pro, you'll be able to slow it down and really work with that. Okay, so now we're going to go through the first break. So the first break is simply kind of like the second half of the intro, which is the E. Remember, you're coming off the B. So that's the first break. The second break, what's happening, this is kind of, most of the second break is more or less a sax solo. But you just got half a bar of A and B there. So any chords in brackets in those song structures means there's more than one chord in that particular bar. Don't forget, any song structures will be in the description down below, so you can copy and paste, put it in a Word file. So this second break again. Split bar there. So you got E major, 2 and 3 and a 4, and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4. Yes, you're going to change halfway. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4. And then the rest of the second break is basically your E. And do that again. Yeah, and the other guitar part is just doing this kind of sort of short, snappy chord voicings, and again, everything combined with the brass and everything else sounds amazing. Okay, so the third verse is basically the second half of a normal verse, which is basically A. There's a sax. So yeah, so you've got A, 1 bar. So the second half of that sax solo. First second half of the sax solo is basically the first part of the verse, then E major, then you start singing the second part. Cool. Okay, so song structure wise, quite straightforward. The main thing is getting those chords ringing cleanly and strumming pattern. So the outro is basically just your E, C sharp minor. It fades out on records. There's about 10 times I've done this on the backing track, and then you finish on E. So that's all the parts. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Again, if you want any of the other parts on the tab, I've done the riff going over all of it, and also the short, snappy guitar part as well. Feel free to head over to the jsmusicschool.co.uk website. Go on the Bruce shop there, and you better get all the files on there, including the backing track. So if you're a subscribe star, don't forget to use the codes every month, a bit more value for money over there. So that's subscribestar.com/Bruce Guitar. Any other questions, feel free to ask. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button and hit that bell icon for notifications if you haven't already. Thanks as always for your support. See you next time. Cheers. Bye. If you'd like to get Guitar Pro files, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribe Star page or my website jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much, see you on the next one.